I know this text by heart. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm so impressed. Okay, so I have like this like database of lots of questions. So this one is about like rock and roll. So what comes to mind or what springs to mind when you hear the term rock and roll?
Oh my God. I need to answer all of this question.
You don't have to answer all of them. We can go through a few of them and just have a conversation of.
Okay. Do you keep these questions in your computer?
I have like this. It's like a website, and they just have lots of different discussion topics, and they have
great
a topic on rock and roll. So, what does rock and roll like mean to you?
It's better to flood. It's better to flood the conversations. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's more. I like that there's so many different questions because there's more questions than I would think of, but I think good dialogue.
Okay, yeah. But I like to talk about different things, you know. Not only about music. Okay, because my background, you know.
Yeah, we can talk about something else if you want.
Yeah, lots of things about history. Where are you from? Sorry.
I'm from the United States, but I live in Mexico now.
Mexico, okay. I would like to visit Mexico at first.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after United States or Canada. Okay. And I have a book here. I bought a book about United States, about its culture, custom, people, stuff like that.
What are you interested in the States?
About different states, the different subjects there, you know, and start with American Dream. But okay, I will answer this question.
No.
I will answer
It's
these questions, and after we talk about it, because we have 20 minutes. We haven't.
Right. Well, on that subject, like, I don't really think that there is the American dream. I don't think it's possible. Maybe for some people, but it's hard to live in America. It's not easy.
Okay, yeah. This text about American Dream. The first text that you can find in my English book about United States. You can find this first text about.
What
American
do they say?
Dream. Okay, my technique when I study English here is reading different texts, short, especially short texts. And because this I can memorize them, so I have different short texts by heart.
Yeah, okay.
And one of them is about a specific term, American Dream, and start like this. The term American Dream is associated with migration, for which the dream of prosperity and freedom has driven immigrants to the United States. America is viewed as a land of opportunity, and immigrants from all over the world have settled in the U.S. with dreams of a fresh start in a new life. By the 1900s, the promise of the American dream had begun to attract large numbers of immigrants looking for work in large cities. With hard working and determination, immigrants hoped to escape the class boundaries of their home countries.
Yeah.
The Industrial Revolution helped to shape the American dream by creating thousands of jobs. The development of big business, the transcontinental railroad, and the increase in oil production improved the American standard of living. Rags to rich stories of business tycoons Let the belief, if you had intelligence and willingness to work hard, you would have a successful life. When people think of I know this text by heart, okay?
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, when people think of the American dream, they think of a successful and satisfying life, but the term usually implies financial security and material comfort, but it can also mean living a fulfilling life. James Truslow Adams coined the term the American dream in his book, The Epic of America. However, Truslow's coinage of the phrase had a broader meaning, right? Uh, when people think, the American dream is that dream of a land in which life should be better and richer and
Mhm.
fuller for everyone, uh, in which opportunity for each, according to ability or achievement, is not a dream of motor cars or high wage merely, but a dream of a social order in which each man and each woman shall be able to attain to the fullest stature of which they are innately capable, and be recognized by others for what they are, regardless of the fortuitous circumstances of birth or position.
Mhm.
How do you achieve the American dream? That answer depends upon your personal definition of the term. Luckily for us, living in America, the land of opportunity, there are many dreams to choose from. Finish.
Woo!
Okay, it's my technique. It's my technique because
Woo!
I'm considered busy guy here because I have lots of things to do here in my home, especially my home because my wife works a lot and I need to clean my house, wash the dish, and I need to practice my exercise. For example, workouts. I like to work out.
Yeah.
And I use these different English texts that I know by heart, and
Yeah.
I speak to myself here using them. You know,
That's amazing.
yeah,
That's really long. Like
yeah.
the
It's a really long
Transcontinental Railroad, the
transgender road.
immigrants in the 1900s, the American
Yeah,
dream from different perspectives. I didn't know the person who coined the
James
term.
James Truslow Adams. James
James.
Truslow. I guess this. I don't know how to say exactly this second name Truslow,
I don't know.
but
I don't know how to say his name too.
James Truslow
Is this how you
Adams.
spell it?
But you can use T, James T. Adams,
Oh, I see. Okay, I spelled middle name
because
wrong.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know spelling the second name because I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
Truslow.
I found it. I found it.
Truslow.
It's like
Okay.
this. That's
Yeah,
really
Truslow.
interesting.
TRU.
So, okay, so America still is a place for immigrants, right? Like it's
Yeah,
still, I
you
mean,
can find
still like,
you can find Brazilian people in Florida, I
yeah,
guess, and
yeah, yeah, for
Spanish
sure.
people
And
in
like
Miami.
lots of
Yeah,
Mexicans, lots of Vietnamese people came to America when they fled from the Vietnamese War. There's lots of Chinese people in America. There are lots of people from the Middle East. Lots of refugees from
mm,
Sudan and
got it.
Syria and other places. However,
Okay.
and it's important. I'm glad that America is a place that people can come. Although I don't know if we're
Uh,
allowed to talk about politics, but whatever.
mm,
Trump had some really strict immigration
yeah,
policies,
I remember about it.
and Joe has Biden has less strict,
He would like to build a
a little
wall.
bit. Right. So, and America is a really racist place, and there are lots of people who don't like immigrants, and even
And how
for
how American people treat these people,
right. So,
immigrant,
that like
very
it
rude
depends.
or not? Okay, depends on the people.
It depends. Every person is different, right?
Mm.
Every place is different. So, I'll give you an example.
Okay,
I'm from Tennessee,
okay.
which is in the South, or what is considered the South of America.
Mm.
In the South, Southern people are not so accepting of other races,
Mm.
cultures, and identities. The
Mm.
South, especially went in this area called the Bible Belt, which is an area in which, like, there are more churches than there are McDonald's, which is
Mm.
impressive.
Okay,
Unfortunately, there's a church on every street. So, which is to say that it's really Christian.
strict. Okay,
Very strict Christian. Yes, yes, yes.
okay.
And for some reason, ironically, this is just not a place where a lot of other cultures are accepted, or other religions or belief systems.
Mm.
So I'm from the South, but I'm very open and accepting.
Okay.
But the South in general is maybe not the most accepting place. However, if you go to somewhere like New York, or you go to Seattle, or you go to the West Coast, there's much more like cultural and racial diversity in those places. So it might be a more accepting place for immigrants.
Mm.
Then you have to think about, like, in certain cities, there's certain places where it's like, this is Germantown.
Mm.
Lots of Germans live here. Like you in your city, like there's lots of Italians. So there's still places where there's like these chunks of nationalities that exist. And so they kind of feel safe in those little like pockets. So it's a complicated answer.
Okay, but I got it. I got it. Yeah, because my not, but the ex-girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
to my brother traveled to the United States, and
Sure.
she's a black person. Can I
Okay.
use this term?
Yeah.
Black person.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have a problem with this term here in Brazil. You can't.
You can say
use,
woman of color is like the most politically correct, but if she's black, we also say like they're black.
Yeah.
But
in Brazil, if you use the color black to describe people,
right, it's
with
bad.
This color, you have a big problem.
Okay.
Here, yeah.
In the United States,
black in Portuguese is preto,
which is a bad word.
Not at the time, because for example, this T-shirt is black.
Yeah.
It's black. But I can use this name, color, preto.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Eu gosto de camisa preta. I like the black T-shirt. But I can use in this situation, I can use preto.
So it depends on the situation.
Yeah, not when you want to describe people with this color.
Okay.
It's a big problem.
So you can
sometimes you don't, and I'll be honest with you, in my language, in Portuguese, sometimes you don't know when you want to talk about this specific subject, you don't know how word you need to use.
it's a little bit complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated because I know I can't use this word, preto. But what is this word? Negro, moreno. It's a soft word to describe this.
The color of the skin.
Color of the skin, yeah. Okay.
So in English, if you want to use like a really yeah, maybe like a really kind and soft way is a woman of color. So, or a man of color, or a person of color. So your brother's girlfriend is a woman of color.
Okay. If you use this, if you translate word for word, man of color or woman of color, in Portuguese is the same word. Homem de cor or mulher de cor. Man of color, homem de cor. Woman of color, mulher de cor. If you use the same words here, you will have a big problem as well. Yeah. Oh, you are woman of color. Você é uma mulher de cor. Oh my. I don't know.
It's interesting, right? Because cultures decide like what is acceptable and what is unacceptable, and it's different. In every language and every culture, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting because you can translate word for word. It is
but when you translate it into Portuguese, it's not nice.
Portuguese.
But in English, it's like nice. It's a nice way to say this. Okay, so anyway, she went to.
My his girlfriend, my brother, traveled to the United States, and she is a black woman, and people there, United States, said to her, "Oh, there are some places here that you can visit. You can't visit because you are
because of the way you look."
Yeah,
that's so sad.
It's so strange, you know.
It's so horrible.
Yeah, it's so horrible.
I hate that. Here in Brazil,
you can. You walk. Here in Brazil, you walk. A lot of places here. But we know that people. There are some people that don't like.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like it feels. I'm just so confused by it, you know, like. Man. So do you feel like people of color are safe to travel anywhere in Brazil? Or do you find that in Brazil, there are problems there too, or issues that arise?
We have problems with this kind of subject here because you can see this subject when you are watching TV, you know. There are some situations that happened here with this subject. There are some people that don't like black people here, you know.
So you still see racism? Yeah.
But because this is very important to talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
Especially in public school.
Right. In school, it's so important. It needs to be included in education so that young kids can understand.
Yeah.
The sooner you can become an ally to people who are experiencing this, and you can help change things. But if you don't know, then you don't know.
Yeah. And because this, I love that book that I bought about United States, because there are different subjects. The first one is about American Dream.
American Dream.
Yeah, but there is another one and talk about African heritage. You know, and start like this. I guess that I remember. But unlike other immigrants, many African Americans came into the North America against their will.
Right. Stolen people.
Yeah. They were caught up in a brutal system of human exploitation, the transatlantic slave trade. African Americans waged a centuries-long battle for
Mm.
dignity, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, freedom, and for full involvement in American society,
Right.
right? Their participation transformed the United States.
Yeah.
Their customs shaped the world we live in today,
Yeah.
right?
I think
It's an
like,
interesting text, you know.
yeah, I think that in many ways, like the dignity, the being a part of the community, and the freedom.
Freedom.
I mean, I would argue that we still haven't given those three things. Last year in 2020 with
Mm,
the like Black Lives Matter protest with George Floyd, like there isn't a lot of dignity that, people of color are really suffering in the United States every day. They're not truly as free as white Americans, and that's not fair.
mm,
Um, yeah, it's a really tough though because there's a really long history that is problematic. So,
yeah. See how I feel about it. Because if you see the Brazil history of Brazil,
mm, mm,
you can find black people suffering
mm,
all the time.
right.
There are more than 300 years with
Mm,
this kind of uh,
pain.
yes, suffer, you know.
Yeah. It'll take a long time for us all
Yeah,
to heal and
yeah.
change. And
Since
it's,
one
mhm.
1,500, you know, 15, yeah, 1500s. Since 1500s, when Portuguese, European people from Europe came here in our continent,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
since back then.
right, right. It's tough. It's really tough. We have a lot of
Yeah,
work to do.
yeah. Oh,
So,
we are running out
uh,
of time.
yeah, what are you going to do today? What time is it in Brazil?
Is 1 p.m. 1 p.m.
1 p.m.?
Yeah,
Nice. What will you
in
do
here,
for the rest of the
in here.
day?
I will try to work out. You know, I work out in the morning, but I was reading
Mm.
my English books
Ah.
here. Yeah, the book that you can find, American Dream, here in this book.
Ah.
Leia e pense em inglês.
I
Read
see.
read and think in
In
English.
English.
Yeah,
Very cool. It looks amazing.
yeah. There is another one that I like. It's about melting pot. It's
Mm.
melting pot is a term
Yeah,
that combine with our subject that we talk each other here. Yeah,
exactly.
you know, and melting pot because we are out of time. But I will try to talk to you again. Okay,
Yeah.
then I can say this short
We
text.
can talk about the melting pot.
Melting pot. Yeah, it's about the way that you speak. You know that you can find different people, United States, with different ways to speak.
Of talking. Yeah.
Yeah,
So cool. Yeah, I love
yeah.
all these concepts. Amazing.
Okay.
Well, it was lovely to talk to
Could
you.
I book English class to
Yeah.
you again?
Yeah. I usually
Okay.
am open on the weekends, so you can
Hmm.
I'll add
It's
you as a
better.
regular. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So talk to you
Have
again.
a good
Okay.
one.
It was a
Yeah.
pleasure talking to you here.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Bye
Ciao.
bye. Ciao ciao.